Stocks in Europe and US collapsed. Deutsche Bank cratered. The futures were in chaos all week. Transports had their worst week since 2011. The S&P 500 death crossed today. The last time it death crossed was January 2016, and the S&P dropped 13%. The yield inverted this week, but what yield was that? The bank's bloodbath and the financials were downright foobar. FANGs are down 24%, and cryptos crashed again. So for all of you facing this terrible market and who have not been watching my updates, I've brought you a fuzzy little kitten to help. But for those of you who have been watching my updates, what we've experienced was not unexpected. We talked about it, and we're not done yet. Let's take a look at the charts. We're looking at the 5-year weekly chart on the spiders. The close on Friday was 263.57. Now, before I begin, I just want to tell you tomorrow I have a video coming out called Future Waves, talking about Elliott wave theory. Watch that video and come back and watch today's update again if you need. We talk about what's going to happen here in the future. All right, let's take a look at this. I'm giving you the 5-year context so we can go back here to 2015 and look at that drop there, and then in early 2016, that drop there. In my humble opinion, this drop here and this drop here are going to be very similar. Why? Let's take a look here at the MAC. We had this bottom here in 2015 and then again in 2016. We had this one here earlier this year, 2018, and we're in the midst of a downtrend right now. Looks like the fast line is heading south pretty quickly, but you go back on up here and you can see that the price is holding in this general area here and here. I think we're going to be going sideways with volatility. We've talked about this for at least 2 or 3 weeks. All right, back here. We haven't hit bottom yet on the fast line, but I suspect it's going to happen here pretty soon. And then we're going to start bottoming as we did in the previous ones back here in 2016, back here in 2015, and also earlier this year. So we are going to hit bottom. We are going to head up. The slow line will come down through, and we're going to cross through. I can guarantee that. Now, when? I'm not exactly sure, but soon enough. I think that we are improving, and we'll see here in the histogram, we've definitely got some attempts at some bottoming here, a little bit herky-jerky, but attempts at bottoming nonetheless. The process is beginning. Same thing here. We had this dive down in the RSI, but since then, we've had improvement. We're at 38.17, relatively weak, but it wants to head to the 15, and it will get there soon enough. Just look at this one here. Same thing there. It took a little bit longer, but we also saw that here in 2016 and then in 2015. Maybe these were a little bit easier than what we're experiencing now, but the same thing will happen. We will improve. Looking at the stochastics, a lot of sawtoothing here, a lot of attempts. This market has a lot of fight to it. Now, it was not as easy perhaps as back here, but we did have some sawtoothing there and here as well. And you can see it in this one in addition. So we are having a difficult time at it, but the market is putting up a fight, and you can see it. The volume certainly has increased. There's a lot of people that are scared out there. Don't be afraid. Here we go into the Williams. We've had 3 bottoms here. These are elevated compared to what we were in 16 and in 15. It's a little bit lower than we were earlier this year, and again, that may make it feel a little bit worse. But the same things are happening. Patterns do repeat or rhyme. It's going to improve. I don't see us heading on down much further than we are here. And tomorrow, again in the video, we talk about an expectation by some observers that we're going to head all the way down here to this level. Very unlikely. In my opinion, right now, we are going through a bottoming process. you can see it. So what do you do about that? Well, you just make sure that you've tightened up all of the potential problems. So you don't want to make any mistakes here. Don't do any panic selling. This is actually the time to look for some bargains. We've talked about bargains in the past, and we'll talk about more in the future. There is no hurry. Don't be in a hurry to make a mistake. Look for bargains and take your time and be patient because the market will improve. For today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.